This is Dwight Powell. You're tuned in to bFb.
Derek Jones Jr. I'm tuning in to bFb.
Max, and you tune in to bFb.
This is Derek Lively, turning to bFb.
What's up, guys? It's Josh Green, tuning into bFb.
I do some nasty shit while I'm out there. Wait a minute. What's this? Shit.
Despite the fact that Kendrick was disgusted with Josh Green at the end of the game, we definitely want to send that clip out there of him saying, show him love for showing love to the bFb post-game show, despite Kendrick wanting to rip his head off last time we seen him. Game two, Kendrick.
Yeah, man. Game two, man.
Go Mavs.
Yeah. Can the Mavs get greedy? Can they get greedy? Can they go up 2-0? Can they show experience? Can they show that killer instinct? Can they get a second game in Minnesota? They brought out they brought out the Trinity River Blacks tonight. First time them uniforms been wore on the road. We'll see if they good luck. They dress for a funeral in a whiteout. We'll see what happens. Well, hey, Mavs Wolves game 2. Let's see what happens, man. It's gonna be a great atmosphere.
We shall see.
Yeah, you know. So, hey, man, Wolves is favored by 5.5 tonight. Referees for tonight's game is Zach Zarber, Josh Tibbins, and Mitchell Irvin. The alternates is Gediminas Petraeus, and the replay center gonna be manned by Ed Malloy. Injury report reads like this: Luka Doncic in with a knee. Omax out with the ankle, and Maxi's still out with the shoulder, but he's looking good. He's on the court. He's on the court in the shoot around, running, shooting the ball. So hey, help could be on the way when it comes to that. For Minnesota, Mike Conley with his sore Achilles, he is in. Pre-game summary reads like this, guys. Game 1. Mavs have the advantage going up 1-0 on the Wolves. Now game 2, a chance to go up 2-0, going back home with Luka and Kyrie's best performance together with a combined 63 points and 30 plus apiece for the Mavs, who look to take a stranglehold on the series. And look out, because a motivated Ant-Man will look to bounce back off of his 19-point game 1 performance. Can the Mavs get greedy? We'll find out. Well, what you feel like tonight?
I feel like the Timberwolves make an adjustment.
Okay. And what is that adjustment?
Yeah, I feel like Timberwolves make an adjustment tonight.
And what's the adjustment? You can't just leave everybody in the wing. What's the adjustment?
I just feel like I don't feel like they do the drop coverage tonight. I don't feel like.
So you mean they're not gonna play Rudy Gobert a lot in this game?
Yeah, they're gonna play Rudy Gobert. I feel like.
I
hope
if he's in, they got to do drop coverage. He can't go out there and try to hug on Kyrie and Luka. He's gonna get blown right by.
Well, another thing I'm hoping for is that that the Timberwolves are going to save Ant from himself and not put him on Kyrie. Actually, I'm actually thinking they're gonna hide Ant tonight.
Wow, hide Ant. They never. Hold on.
That's their best bet.
Hold on. They never hit Jordan. They never hit Kobe. They never hit LeBron.
Listen. Do they want to win?
I'm just saying.
Do they want to win?
Everybody proclaiming him to be the next Jordan, Kobe,
Okay.
D Wade. They never
Okay,
hit
well-
them guys on defense. Every
well-
game, night in, night out. I'm the best player on offense, and I take the best player they got on offense. Are you hiding now? Come on now.
Yeah, well, TWolves better hide him so they can keep giving some energy to be able to score.
He was huffing, boy. He ran the Boston Marathon twice.
Yeah, so they need to save him from himself and not let him guard Kyrie so he can have some energy to run around. That's
somebody get him some juice boxes.
Yeah. There's that. But listen, this game 2 is going to tell a whole lot because I'm expecting them to make an adjustment. The ball is in their court right now. The Mavericks done hit him in the mouth and won. So it's all about them making an adjustment. If they don't make an adjustment, they lose this game. I mean, the Mavericks are pretty much going to win this series.
Okay.
It's on them. It's on them tonight. The Mavericks already showed their hand. We know what the Mavericks are doing. The Mavericks were pushing them out to shoot, was making them shoot threes and clogging the paint and letting them know you can't come in here tonight. You're going to have to shoot threes.
Yeah. And I agree with some of that. Listen, Mavs, like I said, they whatever happens tonight, they got what they wanted. But hey, you know what me? I'm a greedy man. I always go to get more. Let's go get game 2. You know, because you get game 2, you put serious doubt in these dudes' heads. You still got people like Kendrick Perkins talking about by the time we hit Monday, the Timberwolves gonna be up 2-1. Y'all still showing that disrespect for the Dallas Mavericks. That's why they gonna come out motivated tonight.
Well, the thing is that in the last series they let what's the name win. I'm more worried about the only time I'm worried about the Mavericks is game 3 when they get at home because the Timberwolves appear to play good on the road.
Yeah, they play good on the road, but like I said, listen, this is a pretty much dead even series. Unlike the experts try to say, this is a dead even series. But like I said, you take the advantage you can get. I do not expect the Mavs to come out here and try to lay down. I do expect the Timberwolves to come out and try to rein in a punch on the Mavs. I do expect the Mavs to take that punch. I do expect them to hang around. That's all Coach Kidd talked about in his interview yesterday. We just want to hang around because we know they're going to be on point. This crowd going to be live. Just hang around, get them into the fourth quarter, and we know we have the 2 best closers in this series. Sorry, man, you ain't one of them. The 2 best closers in Luka and Kyrie. And if we get it to like in a clutch situation, a clutch game, we like our chances.
We've got a soundbite of Kyrie at practice today.
Okay.
Let's listen to Reed. Hear what he had to say. Definitely want to hear what he had to say after he crushed the Ant-Man. Let's go to him real quick.
He crushed them lungs.
In the playoffs, being up a game, how much do you guys talk about just not being satisfied as a group and to keep applying that pressure?
I mean, we just have honest conversations and just type of energy we have to bring into the game, and also just being aware that we're playing against a great team, and we want to respect the other group, and I think that's most important, is just respecting your opponent and giving the game what it needs. So just getting prepared, make sure you're rested, making sure the strategy is ingrained in your head for tonight, and just be ready for a warlike environment, very loud and very physical.
Hey, you and Luka talk about how you guys have formed your guys' relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Having a championship winning and a former superstar coach, kind of like guiding that, building up the relationship also.
It makes things a lot easier. We don't take our skill sets or talents for granted. We understand that comes from God, that comes from a spiritual source. So when we get a chance to express how we feel about each other, we're very authentic, we're very honest, and I think that translates on the court. A lot of our closeness starts on our relationships as brothers off the court, and then it just makes it easier to go out there and compete. We just respect each other's skill sets, like I said.
How do you feel about the coverage that they got on you on defense last game, and the difference between first half and second half for you?
Yeah, no, it was a great first half. Felt like I was just pacing the game a little bit and just making sure we got off the floor. I was understanding that they were coming off of Game 7, so they could have been a little fatigued, but we just wanted to stay aggressive and make sure that we took advantage of the easy opportunities. And in the second half, I like to say that Luka joined the party, my teammates joined the party, and when we're playing well like that, it goes a long way in terms of just our poise and just being comfortable in the game. We understand we're going against a great team, like I said, but we just got to keep staying aggressive and make sure that they feel us as well.
Henry, there's been a lot of these games where you were the one joining the party in the second half as far as scoring goes. Is there a priority or an emphasis on you being more aggressive early on and being a tone setter?
No, it's just like the same way in the last series and also in the Clipper series. Just being able to flow into the game and not overthink it, and whatever the game shows me, just being able to utilize my skill set, my talent to offer my teammates some peace of mind out there. I can score with the best of them, like I said, but some games I'm just going to be needed to play a different role, and that's okay as well. That's just part of the growth of our team and part of our identity is just being able to adapt and adjust well on the fly.
How do you think? I think you and Drew Holiday are the last ones standing that already have a ring on the playoffs. So how do you think that affects the Dallas for better?
It gives us experience. I feel like I use my experience very well, just being able to communicate with the guys and let them know what type of environment we're going into. But at the end of the day, they got to get their experience too, and I think that's the fun part about competition is, you can obviously have a veteran presence, but until the young guys go through it, they have no idea what it's like. So I think that's what we're in the process of doing is just having fun, competing at a high level, and then whether mistakes happen or not, we're still living with each other, and that's the sentiment with our group is we win together and we lose together. And, just being ready to be mature about the approach. We're going into a hostile environment tonight, so we got to look forward to it.
Kyrie, their ball pressure, Minnesota's ball pressure has impacted a lot of guards in these playoffs. What is it about you and Luka that kind of allows you guys to navigate that?
I just feel like it's our threat to be able to go to the basket from, three-quarter court and be able to speed up the court and bring their bigs further away from the basket. I think in the other series they had guards that were very aggressive, but we're a little bit different, in terms of how we like to attack and how we like to play off each other, me and Luka, and I think that we have a good mix of just not playing your turn, my turn, but just creating opportunities for not only ourselves but for our teammates. So whenever we're doing we're making the right basketball plays, it's just a beautiful game to watch and beautiful game to be a part of.
When you're navigating kind of the emotions of a series, I know you don't want to get too high or too low with that, but how do you not? How do you regulate to make sure you're not swinging to extremes?
By not treating the game of basketball very extreme. You know what I mean? Like it is the Western Conference Finals. Aware of the environment that we're in, extra media coverage, a lot more responsibilities that you have to be aware of in order to prepare. But this is a time where you eliminate a lot of those distractions and you eliminate a lot of the extra fluff. And you just go in your room and you really focus on what you want to accomplish. And that's that time of the year to do so. There's only 4 teams left. Families should understand, media should understand. And I think that's what comes with this. So I try to use my experience of being at the highest level or the finals or the conference finals as a litmus test, as a stress test, and be able to coach my guys better alongside J-Kid and the rest of the coaches and be an extension of those guys, but also understand that I'm still learning myself as a student of the game. So just having fun with that process too, just figuring that out.
You just said your turn, my turn, describing how you and Luka are not like that. What is your turn, my turn kind of look like, and how do you guys avoid that? Just kind of break down that cliche.
Your turn, my turn basketball I like to use the example of, you make it easier for the defense to guard you. You make it easy for the defense to scheme against you. When you have 2 premier scorers on a team or 3 premier scorers, right, you're trying to make it work, and it's your turn, my turn. Sometimes as a player, you can lose sight of the rest of the court and what's going on, and also your impact on the other ends of the floor. So it's really just about getting that out of your head. That's I like to compare 5th grade, 6th grade basketball, where you get it one time and I get it one time, and then when things don't work, we try to give it to somebody else who hasn't shot in 6 minutes because we've been shooting the whole time. But yeah, just that's the growth that I've had is just being aware of how the game of basketball is supposed to be played and really appreciating the guys who came before me that showed me the formula and have been teaching me that it's about a team game. And the more that you get out of your own way and you become more selfless, the more opportunities come to you. So just go ahead.
So as long as you guys are making each other better with or without the ball.
Yeah, and it's not just us; it's everybody. And I don't know that we get kind of this phrase that it's a duo and me and Luka are leading it, or Luka is number one, I'm number two. I think we tried our best to distance ourselves from as much as possible because we want to be remembered as a great team and known as a great team, and that's how we share our success as a team.
How did you go about?
Did you think of like other great guards that were combinations like when Earl Monroe, say, I don't know if you remember when he was traded to the Knicks from Baltimore, and how that worked, and because if you wanted to make it work, it will work. Was that the philosophy kind of that you took toward that?
You said if you make it, if
you want to make it work, you'll make it work.
Yes, but it also takes experience and taking some teaching, and also failing together. When you put guys together, sometimes it doesn't mesh well right away, and I think I've included myself just as a competitor, and also seeing a bunch of my peers and going through different organizational transitions. I think some people give up too soon, and obviously you can have a 3-year run, a 4-year run, but I think people give up too soon in the first year, 2 years. You're trying to put pressure on guys to be very successful right away. And I think that's unhealthy, man. I think that you got to give people grace and allow the transition to happen organically and allow the talent to mesh. So that's why I like to look at it. It's just, these are my brothers for our lifetimes off the court. But when we get on the court and we have this moment, I try to also elaborate that don't take this for granted. It's not too often that you're going to have a guy like me or Luka being able to play together, and other guys, D. Jones picking up, PJ be traded at the right time, Gaff be traded at the right time. A lot of things had to go right for us to be in this position. So I try to mirror that reflection of just not taking it for granted and giving guys grace to grow into their roles. But when you have other guys that are willing to be selfless, it makes the goal a lot easier.
Harry, so Ant is one of the faces of the league, and he's so young, and he said he wanted to guard you one-on-one.
Yeah.
So as you are a competitor, veteran guy, does that extra motivated you because you were on fire on the first half?
Yeah, when I said it was extra motivation, it wasn't anything personal against Ant. It was just more or less us now growing up in the league and me being in my 13th year, him being in his first few years as well, and being ultra successful. That's the familiarity I have with a lot of these young guys, is coming into the league with a lot of pressure and answering that call. I had the great opportunity to win a championship in my first 5 years. So I accomplished things that a lot of guys didn't get to accomplish, and I know what that takes, and you have to have that no fear mentality. So that's what Ant has, and it just makes me better. So I'm appreciative that he's able to push me at this age, but I'm also able to push him and inspire him. Yep. Thanks, Seth.
Kendrick, chat me up. How do you feel about what Kendrick? Go ahead.
Before you say that, congratulations on Kyrie winning Handles of the Year. Handles of the Year. Award for his great handles, shaking Dillon Brooks in that last game against Houston, putting Houston out the playoffs. I mean, Dillon Brooks, Kyrie winning awards. Who'd have thought? All right, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, just chat me up about how you feel about what Kyrie said, and this whole Ant wants to guard him situation, that type of deal.
Listen, man, young fella was feeling really big by himself. Kyrie had to let him know that, hey, I'm still that dude. It's a different breed. It's a different animal. No offense to Jamal Murray, but Jamal Murray don't have the handles or the quicks. We talked about this in the postgame. As Kyrie Irving does. Kyrie Irving is the handle king. He just won Handles of the Year. So and he gave him a little lesson. And it's up to now, like you said, the TWolves to make the adjustment. But I feel, I like this Kyrie being aggressive thing. I think he needs to come out again in game 2 and be aggressive. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if the Mavericks hit them in the mouth, and see how they respond instead of waiting for the Timberwolves to respond. All this talking about we were tired. Let's forget all that crap. That's number whistling through the graveyard. I mean, hell, you guys scored 33 points in the first quarter. He scored 62 in the first half. He wasn't tired. That's just hearsay and all that
You tired
mumbo
but the Mavericks made an adjustment at halftime, is what it was.
that mumbo jumbo, just trying to make yourself feel good, especially with Coach Finch. So we had a great film study. Yeah, all the film studies you want. That's cool. I was the most disappointed I ever been. Really? You wasn't as disappointed you was a week ago when the Denver Nuggets came out there and blew you out of your building 2 nights in a row? Yeah, I mean, you can miss me with all that. Listen, this is a game about who wants it more. It's about wills. This is about might. This is about a chance to go to the finals. And whoever's got that,
the series is about your stars. Your stars and your big man are going to have to get you to the next round in this series.
Yeah.
In the NBA Finals is about coaching. The NBA Finals is about the best coach, the coach that makes the best moves in the NBA Finals. The Western Conference Finals is all about the stars. The semi round is about the role players. In the first round, it's a team effort.
Yeah,
that's how I break that. That's how I've always broke down the finals.
As we're about to tip off the Timberwolves in their white wolf jersey like game 1, the Mavericks in their blacks. The Trinity.
Well, before we get off, let's go to Jace Kidd since we didn't get to hear from him post game the other night. We definitely have him for pregame. We want to hear what he has to say. Let's get his thoughts real quick.
Yes, sir.
Injury report. Luke was available. Max and Maxi are out.
Jason, you guys outscored them 62-38 in the paint in game 1. What do you have to do tonight to get that same type of production?
Yeah, I think we got to be aggressive. If that's what they're going to give us, we got to be aggressive, and then we got to put the ball in the basket if we get those opportunities.
Coach, you guys know how hard your job is. How rough was it to see a guy like JB get let go after a pretty good playoff run and beat up roster like that?
Yeah, JB's one of the good guys and one of the good coaches in this league, and it's unfortunate, but that's what happens in our industry. Good guys or good coaches get fired. Hopefully he'll get on his feet because he is a good coach and a good dude. So, but things change. Cleveland has a plan, so shit happens.
Coach, a question about your defense. Since the trade deadline, it's been really good, top 10. Was it just about the acquisitions? What kind of triggered this defensive surge for you guys?
Yeah, I think it's the personnel, the want, the understanding from coach to player what we're asking them to do, and they're doing it at a high level. And it takes time, as much as we would like it to happen in training camp or in December. We kept working. We made some changes, and those pieces fit what we were asking on the defensive end. Also, with Lively, just being a rookie, being able to pick up what we're asking him to do, understand sometimes rookie, it takes a year or two, but he's a different young man. He understands the game. He understands what we're asking him to do, and he's doing it at a high level for us. But the personnel, and then when you look at Luka and Kai, they're participating on the defensive end. And so when your stars believe in the defense, it just makes it that much easier.
Coach, Luka was 7 of 18 in the first 3 quarters Wednesday, and then he had 15 in the fourth. Can you talk about the kind of composure it takes to survive a slow start like that?
Yeah, that's Kai. Yeah, that's having Kai. That's easy. When you have Kai, when Kai was going, Luka didn't make the shots that he normally has, but I think just the patience. Also, we tried to get him out, keep his minutes down, and I thought he had his legs there in the fourth quarter, not just offensively but defensively too. Comes up with a big deflection, but just hopefully we can have that same pattern where we can keep him out in the first half and then let him go. We had the opportunity to maybe let him go for the whole 12 minutes in the fourth if we had to. But his legs, just having that strength and not having to do everything, to have someone like Kai to lean on or lean with in the first half, and then your role players, when you talk about PJ and D Jones, those guys being able to step up and make shots, that also helped us for the first three quarters.
Jason, the Sheed acquisition gets talked a lot about as, kind of propelling the Pistons back in 2004, and Celtics got Derek White a couple years ago, and they were middling around 500, made a finals run. Just your experience in the game, how rare is it to make moves like you guys did and actually have it work out, to kind of be an accelerant the way it has been? And why do you think sometimes it doesn't work out that way?
Yeah, that's a good question. I've seen it as a player. We got Rodney Rogers and Cliff and those guys to Jersey, and we end up going to the finals. It's just something, the makeup, character, on and off the floor. Sometimes we just look at it in one angle, and that's just on the floor. Sometimes if you have the character on and off the floor, it probably makes it a little bit easier. Championship teams have done it. You brought up, the Celtics with White, pieces fit. Sometimes it's just like the number one pick. Sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't. It's just, that's what makes sport, fun. Putting the pieces of the puzzle together. Sometimes they fit. Sometimes everyone thinks they're going to fit, and it goes the other way. But I think when you look at the change that we made with Gaff and PJ, those two have known each other, from AAU. So they understood each other's game. They understood each other on and off the floor. And then to be able to play defense, and then to also understand they're going to get wide open looks. I think, when you're open or you're told to shoot it in this league, you got the green light, you'll get a better return, and those guys have done that for us.
Hey, Jason, there was a lot of talking after game one. Is there something specific that you said to the team, that there should not spend too much time on social media and to read all the quotes and all what was going on?
Yeah, I think we talked after the game that we hadn't done anything. We found a way to win on the road. It's the first time we've won game one, so we probably didn't know how to celebrate. But the big thing is, again, we got to find a way to win on the road again tonight. So there's no time to celebrate. We can, look at the film, get better. The energy, being positive with one another in a hostile environment is going to be tested again tonight. But no, there wasn't a lot of talking. Guys were probably a little tired, exhausted. But again, thrilled that we were able to find a way to win. But now, I think Kai said it best. We can celebrate for 30 minutes, and that game's over. Now we got to push forward for game two.
Jason, you guys had a really unusual shooting night in game one for your standards. When you look at film, when you look at what did work and what didn't work, how important is it to examine the process of how you got there and kind of divorce that from the results of what the stats might show?
Yeah, I think we're going to find out here in game two if we can get those same shots, and you're probably talking about the threes. If we're going to have those threes, we got to take them, and we believe that we'll knock them down here tonight. And hopefully that gives us a chance to win. But we got good looks. They got good looks. Everybody goes, if we get those same looks tonight, that we're going to make them. So they shot 49 of them. That's something that they normally don't do. And they got good looks. If they make a couple of those, the game could be different. But we got to do a better job on the perimeter. We got to do a better job on the boards. And then, again, if we can get to the paint, we got to take it. And then we made our free throws. That's big with us because we're not a team that shoots the free throws at a high percentage. So if we can get to the free throw line too, that helps us. But we believe we're going to get threes tonight and that we're going to knock them down. Thanks.
Well, he said a lot there. Kendrick, I think tonight might be already starting off bad for the Wolves. Everybody ran down court and didn't come back to the ball. I was like, oh, that ain't good. That is not good. They struggling right now to score in the paint.
Yeah. But as we know,
I thought the team was going to save Ant from himself. He's still out here trying to guard Kyrie. Not only is he trying to guard Kyrie, but now he done added Luka to guard too. And I'm like, oh, God, don't do that.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, we'll see, man.
Come on, PJ. What
right
are you
now,
doing?
it's 7-7. To go. It's early in the first quarter. So yeah, man, it's getting going. Getting started out early, a lot of nervous energy. We'll see what happens.
Luka hurting. We'll see. But all right, man. So who you got tonight?
Listen, man, I'm always doing predictions. I'm not gonna stay off it now. Listen, man, I'm greedy, man. Give me Mavs. Give me Mavs 111 to 110.
All right, we'll see. We'll be back at halftime, y'all.